Hey folks, as we close out the month of March, I want to thank you for joining us for a little bit of everyday agriculture. My name's Kevin Darty, and today we're going to talk about soybeans. Why soybeans? Because we're #1 in soybeans. Last fall, Illinois farmers grew more soybeans than any other state in the nation. That's something we should be pretty proud of. Our activity for you is a phenomenal read-aloud book by a great Illinois author. Her name is Julie Blunier. We're big fans of the work Julie did. Please take a look at the book Pod to Plate. It's online with other great information from the Illinois Soybean Association. Our farmers that grow soybeans, that are members of that, have put time and effort into making sure you understand what's going on with soybeans. We've got a couple of activities for you. Our first one is, as it starts to warm up, the grass gets greener, the birds are chirping, it's time to think about planting. Farmers are getting ready to do this too, and we're gonna try an activity with you to see how you might plant. The actual activity we call is called Garden in a Glove. If you actually happen to have a food handler glove around, I know this might be a little harder to find, but if you actually have a glove around, it has to be clear plastic, so it can't be one that your mom washes the dishes with. It has to be clear plastic. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a cotton ball, put it in each individual finger, wet it down just a little bit, put it into each individual finger, and add a couple of seeds to this. The same kind of seeds that you would be ready to plant with. Can you add a sunflower seed from your basketball equipment or your baseball equipment? No, those have been processed. The same thing with popcorn, can't do it there either. We need seeds that are ready to be planted for the garden. If you don't have one, just watch online. I think you'll see what happens with it as well. The food handler gloves, those are a little hard to find. You could do the exact same thing with a Ziploc bag. Take a Ziploc bag, moisten a cotton ball, put some seeds on it, zip it up, stick it over in the window. What you've done is you've made your very own terrarium, right? So you're gonna have your own window garden growing right there. After 3 or 4 days, you'll see the seeds start to sprout and emerge. Take it out, plant it in a Dixie cup full of soil, and then later on you can transplant whatever it is outside. This would work for flowers or for vegetables, whatever you're thinking about growing. You could do this in your Ziploc bag garden. For our stem folks, those soybeans, because we grow so many of them, have to be transported. Typically they're transported on rails or on the roads with trucks and trains, right? Rails and roads. But we also use our river system, and we transport a lot of agricultural products on barges. What we're going to do is build a better barge. So I want you to take some things you have lying around the house, some pipe cleaners or popsicle sticks or paper or even tinfoil. I want you all to try and build your own boat. I want you to try and build your own boat. See if you can build a boat, and it just has to be a little square like a barge. Try and build your own boat and see if you can get it to float. And do this as a little competition. See whose boat can float and hold the most soybeans. Now something tells me you might not have soybeans at home. That's okay. Maybe use something else like pennies or some sort of something that doesn't matter if it gets wet. Plastic blocks or Legos. You could do something like that. Our STEM activity is to see if you can build a better boat with just common everyday things. See if it'll float. See what happens. For our upper level students, I got a great video for you to watch. Sitting on soybeans. Watch the whole thing. It's about a 15-minute video, and it's about how Ford Motor Company is using agricultural products to replace plastic in their cars. If you have a Ford product, you're probably sitting on soybeans because those seat cushions are made with soybean oil foam. Stop and think about that. With that, thanks for stopping by and learn a little bit more about soybeans in our Everyday Agriculture segment. We'll see you tomorrow.